Alright, guys, welcome to another episode of the Check-In. Well, I know I'm Os,
I'm Keegs.
episode 3.
Yeah, we live.
Yeah, well, we're in June, so you know what it is, Keegs.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Yeah, mental health month, men's mental health month, you know.
Yeah, so we just want to chop it up with you guys a bit, see how you're doing. Yeah, and see how you guys coping throughout this month and well for the year thus far.
Yeah.
So we can dive right into it.
But first, how you going? How things with you?
Bro, I'm okay. Tired, boy.
Yeah.
Tired, yeah. It's been a long 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months after the year gone already.
Yeah, we in the second half now. I'm not doing bad, I can't complain. A few things I wish could be a little better, working on it right now, as you know.
Yeah.
But apart from that, the number one thing is just tired. You know, getting up every day, doing what you had to do, and keeping it pushing, trying not to slip, fall back into any, lazy states or bad habits or anything like that. But yeah, it's just trying to be consistent and just take energy.
Yeah. I was telling you earlier, I feel like motivation is way different than how it was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
You know, boy. So I realized something. As a person, I kind of welcome like emotional pain.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that is
It's driving
boosting-
you.
Yeah, it's
Right,
driving me. It's be
yeah.
like a constant
Yeah.
feeling right, you
Yeah.
know, boy. So now
Yeah.
I'm trying to find, as time passes, you know, dealing with the issues and things, I feel a little better.
Right.
I find it hard now to find
To stay motivated.
that
right.
constant motivation.
Yeah, so you're looking for
Right,
something
true.
to keep you push
Yeah.
and going forward. Yeah. Well,
I don't know where's keep you going? Where's positive?
a positive thing that keep me going on is my family. Yeah, my family. That is I would say my number one motivational factor. That
Yeah.
would keep me getting up and going every day. Even when I don't want to do shit, tired, I would say to myself, nah, I gotta get some things done. So I gotta get up and keep pushing. That's one of the things I have me keeping or trying to stay fit as well. You know,
yeah.
as you know, I have a young one, a daughter. Yeah.
Stay active.
I gotta stay active. She full of energy. When I come home, she wanna play. So even if I have a long day, I can't just come home and say, nah, I lock off, I sign out for the day. I gotta come home and then it's job number 2.
Yeah.
You know? I don't wanna really call it a job, but you know what I mean, you know? I have things to do, so I gotta try to stay on top of things and my health, and I gotta make sure my mind right as soon as I walk through that door. But if I deal with throughout the day, I can't bring that home. I have nothing to do with the household, yeah?
True.
But yeah, that's my number one motivator. And then number 2 is bad mind.
Bad mind explain
Bad
that.
mind. I crush the enemies. Everybody who pray in here. I gotta prove them wrong.
Feel that people praying it?
All the time.
Genuine.
Not everybody wanna say happy, you know, not everybody wanna see a win. They might come out and say it. And I'm not saying I'm doing it for them, I'm doing it for me. But I'll get satisfaction knowing that they were wrong now.
Yeah.
That's motivation for me as well. I don't know how you all will take that, the onlookers, the viewers, but that's me and my personal take.
Funny enough, I know some people added something on WhatsApp like, what is motivating? And a couple of
Yeah.
people say the same thing, just bad mind and to, prove people wrong.
Yeah,
and, you know.
yeah. That's, as you know, he's a Kobe fan. Kobe used to say is fuel to the fire. Fuel to the fire. All the people are telling him he can't do it. He's not the greatest. He's not Michael.
He can't do it without Shaq.
He can't do it without Shaq. That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah. You win the first three because of Shaq.
Because of Shaq, and then what happened?
Yeah. Another
Two more.
Yeah.
5 rings. Yeah. Rest in peace to the GOAT. But yeah. But how you doing? How you doing mentally?
I cool, you know. I cool for the hour. I say I good, you know.
Okay.
It's just the motivation part that I'm struggling with right now.
Yeah.
Because, beginning of the year it was just heartbreak and
Yeah,
pain and
it's
I'm pumping and
correct.
pushing. And
It's
then
every day going full 100.
I get up 5 o'clock.
Gym every day.
Yeah, gym by 4:30.
I watching this man stats and it's when his iron pumping. I was like, what? Going into bodybuilding. Alright, yeah.
But as the time went on, and I started to feel a little better and things.
Right.
I feel like when I started
Take your
push,
foot off the
pushing,
gas
it's
a little bit.
a lot harder now
Yeah.
to get that motivation, especially in the gym and especially to get up. Even though I get up late,
Right.
I be up, but though get up off the
don't get
bed.
up and push one time like before.
But thank God I have no kids. Anybody kind of rely on me like
Yeah,
that.
I get up. I can't help that.
know,
There's no
let's do that.
choice. I gotta be up.
after 5 every day. I don't have a choice. Even if I want to sleep in, I'll try to get slowly back down before I could even think about going back to bed. That's how it does go. But boy, what I would say is you probably just have to try to maintain that consistency. Even if you want to do it, if you don't want to do it, you just have to get up and do it regardless. Yeah.
See, discipline to me does kind of outweigh
Yeah.
motivation. Because
Yeah.
if you're disciplined, you don't have to rely on motivation all the time. If you're disciplined, you're sticking with this. This is what you're doing.
Regardless of how you feel. Yeah.
Stick with the plan and your mood, and keep pushing. So
I like that.
discipline, part of working on.
Stick with the plan.
Know your mood. Yeah,
That's a big one.
yeah,
That's a big one. That's a
I
big
can't
one.
remember I hear that.
Yeah.
Somebody from my Instagram and I hear that, I was like, yeah, boy.
Yeah. I
Maybe
like
your
that.
mood as
Yeah, because they might say, like me, I like to run.
yeah.
I might watch you, but say, but I looking shaky. I ain't really want to go and run. Then, no rain. I have an excuse, So it don't matter how I feel, I'll be like, all right, now. Weather good, condition good, I don't have a choice. I don't go and run. Yeah, so even if I can play in a grounds or grind with it after work or on the weekend or whatever the case is, I'm there. Yeah. So yeah, as I say, you really have to stay disciplined. You really have to be focused on that. Don't worry about the mood. And that will help you through plenty of things. Not just exercising, through life. Decisions that you're making, things that you had to do. If you just stay disciplined, it'll work out. It'll work out for you. And that does go a long way. Yeah.
For real. But yeah, work in progress like everything else.
Yeah. Facts. Right. So it's June. Mental Health Month for the men them. What you would say, or would you say, is something that is acknowledged or something that people focus on, or is it something that is overlooked?
I think now it's definitely getting a little more recognition and people, seeing how important it is for men to seek help and I guess therapy or whatever medium they need to use to cope with whatever they're going through.
Right. Yeah.
So definitely, from when I was younger, I say what, teenage years or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I never used to talk about it. Never used to hear about it. I didn't even know it was in June before. Like a couple years back.
I don't know if it's a recent thing like they now start in the past couple of years or if it was like decades it started from or whatever. But when I was going to school, I never knew anything about men's mental health, nothing. Well, it's Father's Day.
Yeah, that's it. And Father's Day, low on the list of holidays, or life events to be celebrated. Low on the list. Mother's Day is a different story, but we're not getting into that. I ain't looking for that controversy right now. Yeah, bacchanal. Forget that. But yeah, I would say that in recent times, people start highlighting it and
it's not so much like taboo.
Yeah, so being a little more focused on it, being a little more open about it, trying to create, well, at least some people, some platforms, try to create a space where you could talk about what you're dealing with mentally and you don't have to just keep it in and struggle by yourself, because that is what men usually do. It's a man, you have problems, you swallow that, you deal with that, pause, you deal with that. You deal with that and you just keep it pushing. No diddy. Yeah. But now, especially as you assess your circle and the people you're around, you could have a conversation. You could say, hey, what's I'm not really doing too good. Like for sure I have you. If I go into something, I could shoot you a message or call and say, boy, pressure any come, boy. I feel like I want to meet up, like just chop it up a bit, saying, or just call you, or you just chat via WhatsApp or Instagram or whatever the case is. But we have a conversation and I will get it out, say what I'm feeling, say what I'm thinking. You give me your opinion, your feedback, and it has helped. You get our weight off, and I think that's real important. And this is the month that I guess they're trying to highlight it and educate people and allow people to feel safe doing just that. Yeah. So they could get it out. I'm not saying you had to stick to June alone, it should be an ongoing thing, but this is the month where they try to raise awareness about your mental state and doing certain things to improve it now.
Yeah. I think I was watching, I'll Google it, like how many suicides for the year so far.
All right.
Suicides by men.
I think most is men. Most of the suicides would be for men.
Let's see. What's this? Let's see here. Men. Yeah, I was watching that and I was like, wait, boy.
Yeah, 'cause I think you posted a video on a WhatsApp story about it. I think it's like 700,000 suicides or something. I
Yeah,
could be wrong about the
about
number, but you know,
700.
somewhere along those lines. Yeah. And a certain percentage of men, it was a high percentage. And that's crazy. That's crazy.
I see this. It was a high percentage. I'll probably put it up on the bottom or something, but
Okay.
I see it when there's get everything. You know, when you search something, but there's get everything but the damn answer.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is going on there?
I run around.
Yeah,
Again, I run
just
around.
Give me the number. But yeah, it's alarming. It's an alarming number though.
Yeah.
And it's only half the year gone. It's almost close to 1 million, man.
A lot of people just clock it out. They say, boy, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
I reach my limit. I rather take myself out, as I say now, unalive yourself.
Yeah,
you know, unalive yourself, yeah. You leave it like that. But they rather do that than face whatever it is they're dealing with. Some people might feel like they don't have anybody to talk to.
Yeah.
They don't have any other option, and that I guess is one of the major things that we had to start looking at as a people. You know, it should never be that you should feel that is your only option.
Yeah.
You should always have another option, whether it be to call somebody, you check in a mental institution, you seek therapy, you find some kind of positive way to cope, like how you gymming, you know, you're focusing on your fitness. How I like to go and run. Running for me does help.
Yeah.
I can have a stressful day or week. From the time I touch the road and I run, whether I go Savannah, Chancellor, wherever it may be, I just feel real good after. Real good.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
feel
relax.
I see bad when I miss a day.
Yeah.
I skip a day or whatever.
Yeah. If I don't run, like if let's say the weather real bad, all right, I can't go and run. I'll probably try to go home and exercise or something just to get in that session. And after I'll be like, yeah, that I needed that. Yeah. That to me that's a positive outlet. You know, everybody have their own thing, whether it be reading, you sit down in silence for a half hour. You just need like that solitude. You go riding, you listen to music, you read a book, whatever the case is. You watch a show, you go to the movies. Some people go out and dine by themselves.
Yeah.
That's top tier, by the way. I don't knock people when I see them doing that. When I was young, I used to be like, yeah, them weird. Just
I used
going
to
out and
go,
doing
I
that.
used to go, I used to go movies alone. I might go to events alone. I might go to Lime alone.
See that movies going to the cinema by yourself, top tier.
to me.
That's great. That's me. Yeah, that's me.
Just go sit down next to me. Give me some space.
Yeah. I hear by myself and I'm trying to keep it that way, you know.
You see when people just come and sit down right behind you too. It's a space. Right?
Yeah, and I kick in your chair. It's like,
and sit
God
down.
damn, it's a big cinema. It's a real chairs out there. I'm moving. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna chill.
Yeah, I
But
see
yeah.
that. I don't afraid doing things alone.
Things by yourself.
Alone.
Yeah. And people need to understand that as well. Not everything in life you will have company to
Company,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pick up yourself
And
do it
just do it, yeah. Just pick up and go. And it could be a great experience. It could be a real great experience, you know. Because if it is you just sit down and you wait for company to do certain things, especially things that you want to do, and you find that you're not getting people to be on the same page with you, then what's gonna happen? You're not gonna do anything.
True.
And you're just gonna sit down there and sulk. Nah, that ain't making sense. That ain't making sense. So I would always recommend that people pick up and do what it is you want to do. As long as it's positive, you know, seek your own interests. That's very important. Do things for you. Do things that help your peace of mind. You know, and just keep it pushing. I don't want to say forget about your mood, but don't let your mood dictate your movements and your pace.
Yeah, true.
You should be able to function regardless of how you feel. Pick up and go.
Yeah.
Not saying to disregard how you feel, but don't let it put you down or keep you down. Yeah.
And what about like I don't know, meditation? I was never really like a meditation kind of person. I mean, I tried before. But I don't know if you do something like that other than the running or whatever.
I attempted meditation a couple of times. So I go up on YouTube, like typing like Zen music.
Zen music.
Yeah, like you know, that kind of tranquility. And I just sit in silence, let the music run, close my eyes, try to envision like nice things. For me, it would be something nature related. So something greenery in the back, trees, that kind of thing, running water, something like that. Like on a beach, I just try to sit like that, imagine that for 5 minutes. You know, they say control your breathing and all these different things. I attempted it before and it puts you in a better mental state. Like you feel calmer, you know. But it's not an ongoing thing for me. It's not something that, excuse, that I do every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's something that I've tried and I guess I could look into it again and see if it would work, if you know, if I have long term.
That's meditation right there.
It is.
Herbs.
Nothing wrong with that. You know, nothing in excess, guys. You know, everything in moderation, but you know, as a plant, I can't knock it, man. I can't knock it. You know.
I think for me, like more on the creative side, I'm a movie person. I like movies and things. So I think like going to the cinema and watching new things. I know it's dissect.
Yeah.
Like the lighting and them kind of things just get me back in a normal zone, or maybe like going like a little concert or like art. So
yeah, that's you for sure. Yeah.
So them things just kind of get me back. I don't really meditate like I tried before. But it's enough.
Yeah, well for you is for you. If it doesn't work for you, well then next. Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely I like to go a little art show, or art event or something like that.
Alright, can look into that. You know, it's plenty of people who do art festivals and stuff like that, committees that have events. You could probably reach out to them, find out when they're having another one, or you know.
I'll pick up painting though. I wanna start.
Okay.
Start that sometime soon.
Okay. Yeah, you could do a small line. I'll sip and paint something and get into it and just branch off from there. If you want to get serious into the art, so next thing I see you train up something in an art gallery, I know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah. I never know unless I try.
I never paint in my life, but I mean, besides the whole stupid sip and paint, but to like take it, you know, a little serious.
Yeah. Actually get into it, right? Yeah, well then.
Something I definitely gonna try.
Right, well then our next on the list, so you know, I know what to look out for, and I'll follow up on that with you until when it is you're doing it. Never know. If you wanna go to have an event and you wanna go somewhere and you're doing it, I'll rock with you. Or I know you're a man could go on your own and you could do your thing and you just never know. You don't really do.
He's a daddy, so I try to ask in advance.
Yeah, man, that's facts.
No more.
Yeah.
Last tonight for tonight.
Yeah.
And it's done.
Facts. If it could work, it could work. Well, nah, the pre-plan. Yeah, I'll pencil it.
Or even like what we do last week too, we went on Knicks.
Right, that was a nice vibe. That was a nice vibe.
Yeah, like the arcade games. I know you like the arcade games kind of vibes. That's the pool.
Free promo, Knicks, big up yourself down south, you know.
Knicks was
that was a nice vibe when they had the pool tables, the bar set up. That's the first level. You go downstairs.
Table tennis.
Nice, the video games.
PS5s all around the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nice vibe. I like shit like that.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool vibe. It was different to the regular. You go to the lounge, the music running, you just drink, you lime, whatever. You could actually engage in activities and do something different. That was a nice change in scenery. That was a good vibe. Should look at more spots like that we could visit and try them out.
More spots like that down here, especially maybe during the day, man, on the night.
Yeah.
Wait on the night, so a bar. You go bar. Yeah, bowling now, I guess.
Yeah, right. That's true. East Gates. Yeah. We could do the bowling.
We definitely needed more night activities. You know, like how that like Dave and Buster's are kind of arcade.
You could go through the day and do,
there are games after, you know, that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I think it
picking up.
Probably has spots, yeah. Some places probably now picking up, but we had to look into it and
it's
see.
about golf thing down here too.
I heard that.
Close
a colleague of mine was telling me that. I think it's in Woodbrook or St. Clair or something like that. St. Clair, yeah. We could check that out.
Yeah, try that too. But I like things like that. That is what I will go for.
Yeah, I remember you did the mini golf. That was in Maraval. I don't know if that place still open.
Nah, them closed down. But
yeah, I don't know if that place still open. Same thing I was thinking, but yeah, that was a while back too. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I like things like that in the night to do rather than the typical. Just go bar, go in a club and fill up with them things like.
Facts. Yeah, we getting old too, you know. We getting old too. Things changing.
When I go once in a while, I'll be like, "What are you doing here, boy?"
Yeah, time to press. There's the youngins.
There's
them time to shine. There's them time to shine.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing more activities.
Yeah.
But whoever it might be, whoever you can find whoever you like, try to
and that's
focus on that. And,
correct, and that's what about. Do any things that I guess feed your soul. And trying to make it sound that deep, but it is what it is, doing those things that make you feel better, give you that peace of mind, make you happy, bring joy to your life. That is what you have to do. All that does help with your mental health, and put you in a better mental state to be able to deal with your day-to-day life, because life is not easy. It is not, not saying that people have bad lives, but not every day might be a good day. And that bad day could offset some people more than others now. So you just need to try to do things, I guess recalibrate and get yourself back in check to be able to function properly. Right?
I remember one thing you do, I never still do it, use a real inspirational quotes, videos, man, watching Les Browns and...
Yeah, big up Les. Yeah, Les Brown is one of the guys that's follow. Matthew McConaughey. Them fellas just talk sense.
Inspirational speakers kind of vibe. I know people is... I try it. It has worked for me at times.
Yeah, right.
At times,
but not all the time.
Not all the time. Maybe if I listen to it continuously, like every morning,
and
if I go to work or something like that.
Yeah, I just started it with it, boy. Try to set that pace, put you on the right wavelength for the day, Not all the time, get up and if you're on the go, you jump in your car, listening to tunes from when you was out the night before. You had to change that pace and reset. So sometimes I try to I might run a little motivational tape on my way to work. I have it in the car, so some of them just be all kind of 40 minutes or hour and something. Like, good conversation, having good insight on life and talking about real life experiences. Shared experiences they probably would have seen people go through, or things that they would have gone through themselves, and it's things that we could relate to. So when they hear it, it's like, oh, okay, you're not alone in the world in terms of dealing with certain things, and it's like, oh, you deal with that just last week, That's what I'm going through right now. I was like, okay, so that's how you cope it up, maybe, I could probably try something like that. Maybe it might work for me, maybe it work, maybe it don't work, who knows, but it can't hurt to try. Yeah. But that's me. I try to view and listen to the positive things and associate myself with that kind of mentality now, boy, Because if you focus on the negative things, you just can't live a negative life, brother, and that shit does drain you. So I just try to keep negativity out of my circle, out of my aura, and out of my way now, boy. But positive thinking, doing things, new things that are good for you in terms of bringing you peace, bringing you joy, all those things I would urge people to do rather than just sit down and, you talk about your mood and stuff like that. Apart from those things, what would you say someone could do to, I guess, be better mentally?
I would say this, so try to find somebody to talk to. Try to win. I know it's something we said before, try to keep it in. You don't necessarily have to be a therapist or anybody professionally. If you want to go that route, then cool. But you must have one friend, you must have a family member, somebody you could talk to and let things go. So even so, like, even if you want to message a page or you want to talk to one of us, we always open for a discussion, and you had to shy away from any brothers reaching out or anything like that.
Correct.
Because I know it definitely is be a struggle. It doesn't feel safe sometimes opening up to people because you feel like they will ridicule you or make fun of you or
and
say
judge you,
call you a bitch or like that,
Correct.
So I know how difficult it could be, but you definitely have to find people, your family, your tribe, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Even if it's one person or even God, you try to talk
pray,
to God. Pray all the time,
work on your spiritual.
Yeah, work on your spiritual aspect of it, talk to God every day. You don't have to be like a Father bless me, thing. Have a conversation. That I do. I try to have a normal one-on-one conversation.
Everybody is saying that, you had to go straight to the altar.
And get on your knees and things like that. But it could be anywhere, in your car, your home.
Correct. At any time.
Shower,
anytime.
It doesn't matter.
Just drop a few words to the boss and, you hear you out. You're always listening. So, try Try it,
And
you know.
he send things certain ways. One thing I realized, he might ask for something, but he doesn't always send it directly that way.
And how you want
How
it.
you want
or
it.
when you want it. Yeah. It's not in your timing, it's the best timing.
Yeah, he might
You
send
know?
you some challenges. Some
Character
trials,
building.
yeah.
That's character building. Make sure you're ready to receive the blessing. And you know, when you get it, you're not gonna fumble it because you know you weren't prepared to receive it. No. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. To add to what you're saying for the viewers, because not all the time you might have somebody to talk to, which I know. Not everybody fortunate to have like, you know, a good friend that you could go to and reason with, or some people are not good with the family, and that's how it is, right? You know, so if you feel like you don't have anyone, or you're not going through the professional route, like you, whatever you might have against it, or whatever the case is, you can message the page. Now, I just want to put a disclaimer: we are not therapists or anything like that. We are not professionals in that aspect, but we are here.
Yeah, a little experience, some life experience.
We have some life experience, you know, and we are here to lend a shoulder, or if you know, if you feel like you have nobody else, you can shoot a message to the page. You know, we'll talk to you. We hear you out. You know, if it is you want it to be shared publicly, we can do that. If not, we can respect that as well, and we can keep it in the DMs. And if it is you're just looking for some guidance, we could direct it to some people that you could talk to, you know, so you could get our support and start working on that support system. So, you know.
Yeah, for real.
So you can start doing that. So that's an option. You could try that out, I guess, you know. We could post up some information on the page and let people know. Don't be scared to reach out to us. It's a safe space. You know, you could come and you could talk and just know that we're willing to hear you out. So it's all good. Mental health.
Yeah, mental health. And, you know, I hope, you know, I really hope people reach out and they really start talking to whoever they need to talk to.
Correct.
Start doing the things they need to do to keep their mind in a good and positive place. Because I know it's any easy at all.
It really isn't.
Way more harder things than we are. And,
correct. You know? Yeah. That's our men who don't know where the next meal coming from. When next they getting paid, or you know, not everybody have steady jobs, stuff like that. You know, for men, a big factor of what is way on their head is the financial aspect now.
Getting money.
Getting money, you know, getting paid. You have things to do, you have responsibilities, you know. Not everybody have to say, well, you know, I have a family. You don't have to have a family to have responsibilities. You have to be responsible for yourself.
True.
First, yeah? So, you know, you have things that you need to do, things that you want to accomplish. Day-to-day things, and while not everything is going to cost money, a lot of the things that we use and that we need cost money. You gotta pay for it. You gotta finance them things somehow. And I don't know about all you. Nobody blessing me with nothing. I just had to get up and work for mine, right? You know, so yeah, I know there's a major stress point for people, that financial aspect now. You know, health is one. That's something that people take for granted, you know. We walk around 2 arms, 2 legs, you know, fully functioning. We don't have any health issues that last time I checked, I was good, I was straight, you know. Yeah. Just had to get your belly down a little bit, but that's alright, to working on that. Yeah. Apart from that, but like health issues, now we good to have people who have major health issues and it's affecting them, how they can operate on a day-to-day basis. All that weighing on your head is you know, it's not just like financial stress or relationship stress, is many different things. So you had to try to find a way, if something could be done about it, do something, and if it's something that cannot be changed, just try to find a way to deal with it emotionally, you know. Don't have it weighing down you, because then you're gonna have multiple problems. You already have something that you can't change, and if you can't change it, then I don't want to say you shouldn't stress about it, but you shouldn't stress about it to the point that it harming you.
Yeah.
You know, and getting in a certain mindset that you want to harm yourself or take the major exit, right? You know. So as Keeks was saying, talk to somebody. You could shoot us a message. We are always here. page never closed, always running. every day.
Yeah.
You know, so you could always shoot us a message and we here. If you want to chop it up, that's what it's about, creating a safe space where you can talk to people, because not everybody fortunate to have that, you know, that safe setting where they could go and voice their opinion, you know. Just let somebody hear them out or give solid advice, you know.
Yeah,
so that's something that we could probably push a little more on the page and let people know, hey, you know, we do any podcasts and we touching on certain topics and sharing our views and welcoming opinions. But if it is somebody just want to chop it up, just to vent, by all means, you know, we welcome it. It's an open convo for us, open forum for us,
Yeah, well, you know. So I'll just say last words, you know, I just want everybody keep safe. You know, don't be afraid to reach out, you know.
Yeah.
Like I said, do what you have to do, whatever fun activities you have to do to keep your mind straight, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I know men is drink their rum or whatever.
Yeah, well, just remember moderation, you know, moderation.
Whatever it is you need to
keep it healthy at the same time, you know, don't overdo it.
Yeah.
If you're drinking, be mindful of drinking and driving. You don't want them DUIs, you don't want any accidents, any fatalities, anything like that. Trust me. Be safe, you know.
Yeah.
Drink at home if you want to take a drink at home. Don't drink in excess. Like, if you get to lock your door and them kind of thing, you leave a candle on, you leave your lights on, you're cooking and it pop. Yeah, you don't want none of them problems. We want everybody to keep it safe, as Keeks was saying. Keep it safe, keep it fun, keep it light.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
If you had to go and take a little sweat on all too, or whoever you play football, basketball.
Anything. If you're not even big on the sports, just take a walk.
Yeah. To the beach, take a little sunset. Oh, I go and take like sunsets and all kind of thing, yes?
Yeah, I realize you real big on the sunset thing. There's sunset boss here now, you know? Yeah, you waking up 4 o'clock, making sure you get a sunrise in. Which is good, you know, as we were saying, do what you like, do what works for you. So if you like sunset, so sunrise in, you get up early or you put yourself in a position to see wherever either going up or coming down, whichever one works for you. Yeah. Rest is important. Sometimes you just have to take a beat and
rest your body.
Rest your body, you know. We always go in. We have to remember that every day is a day you're getting up, you're working, you're doing whatever you're doing for yourself, or if you're doing something for your family. Every day you're going, and sometimes you have to remember that it is okay to pause and reset.
Yeah.
You know, catch yourself, recharge, and then you could go back to the business. You can't keep running forever. We are humans. We're not built to just continuously go. You will run straight into the ground. Yeah. So, you know, you have to remember to try to take it easy. That is why I have mental health days.
Does it?
Well, it have them now. Yeah, if you know.
Does?
Yeah.
Where,
some companies. Hey, listen. Some companies have it. Mental health. Nah, for real. Some companies.
Down here?
Yeah.
Not like me.
All right. We'll do a poll. I not calling my company.
I take my mental health days, but in a different way.
Facts. I not calling sick leave. But at the end of the day, if that what works for you, do it. You want to call in sick, just make sure if you're calling in sick, don't be gallivanting and then your employer seeing you and pull you up.
Nah, don't take the mental health day to go on Lime and to go on a party or
Come
something.
on. Yeah.
Relax yourself.
Yeah, just take it if you just need to not be busy and beat your body that day. You just need to rest. Take your time and do it and should be good.
You definitely need some, but if I could get 5 mental health days for the month, each month,
that's plenty, boy.
You guys
that's plenty, you ain't getting enough.
Alright, 3.
Alright, maybe 3.
3. 2, 3.
Okay, yeah.
That should be
but
okay.
At least I know, at least one a month for sure, at least one a month, every month.
Yeah.
At least, yeah.
Ain't too bad.
Yeah.
I work in the government, so it's I know.
You work in the government, you can take that whenever you want.
Nah.
You take it whenever
it's
you want.
catch up to you, don't get tired up.
You working next week?
Yeah.
Alright.
I working next week, we are holiday, but like two extra free days there to relax and do whatever I do.
You know, next week is a short week. some holidays. For those who not working on the holidays, try to make those days count. Do something for yourself. I encourage you to do something fun. Or if you just want to relax, then do just that. Just relax. If you have a busy schedule on a day-to-day, just, take a 5. Relax yourself. Try to sleep in late if you could. Or if you had to get up early and organize stuff, like guys have to do, try to get some rest throughout the day, Go and try to sleep early or something, get extra hours in, But do something for you guys. Do what works for you. Talk to somebody. Remember, it's okay to take a break. You're human, It is okay to pause. I ain't saying to stop and just don't do anything further, but it's okay to pause, take a break, reset, and then you could continue, So, that is it for me. Please, any last words?
Nah, just the same thing you say, I guess, and, just everybody be safe out there, and, thanks for watching, thanks for the support, I appreciate it, and
all the time.
Until the next one, this was the Check-In Podcast. I am Keegs.
I'm Os. Until next time.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
Cartel. Ah, money.